Let's pick up right where we left in the last video. So we are just after creating our account here, and now we're going to look at sources. So as a reminder, sources is how you pull data from into Segment. So we can look at add source here to see what kind of options we have, right? So we can see we have JavaScript. This is a JavaScript library. So we can deploy this on a website and send events into it and collect data. We have mobile libraries like iOS and Android. We have some server libraries, Ruby, PHP, NodeJS, and so on. And then we have apps, right? Apps like Intercom, MailChimp, SendGrid, so on. We have some advertising like Facebook ads and AdWords and so on. Now, when you look at something like MailChimp, the data that gets pulled from MailChimp, it's actually the campaign data. So you're looking at the campaign performance like open, sends, and so on. We can look at email performance and so on. The data that gets pulled from something like Facebook ads and AdWords is actually the advertising performance. So clicks, impressions, conversion rate, all of that. Then we have other apps like Twilio and so on. And Segment is always adding more apps here, right? And the point of the apps is the data gets pulled and it gets sent into something like a warehouse. And the point of that is then to analyze it all together, right? So you can take your Facebook data, your AdWords data, your MailChimp data, maybe your Salesforce data, and you can take all your event data from your app and combine it all in one database and then run analysis on everything, right? So instead of analyzing everything in a silo, you can look at the entire lifecycle of a customer. So, and that's a little bit more advanced analytics and data analysis. So this is something that you might be doing as a company gets larger. But what's great about Segment in the initial stages is you can set up the foundation to be able to do that, right? It used to be, a couple of years ago, maybe a few years ago, that doing this was very complex. You had to create your own pipelines to take data in and send it over and clean it and normalize and all this stuff. So Segment is really trying to get at that by tackling some of the most popular tools, right? For example, about 80+% of the advertising, last time I read, actually goes to Facebook and AdWords. So by just tackling these two sources as advertising, you can actually get access to a lot of your advertising budgets, assuming you're going with them, right? And we see a lot of the off-the-shelf tools that companies will be using, especially as they're growing, right? Now, for example, we'll be looking at JavaScript. But when companies implement Segment, we tend to see a split between some client-side libraries, so iOS, Android, and JavaScript, and server-side. And you can use them both, right? So when you have a tool like Mixpanel, you can actually send data to it from JavaScript and from a server. And Mixpanel will combine it all into a single profile. So let's go back to our sources here, and we have our JavaScript. Now, to add Segment to your website, at least for the JavaScript version, we just had a little snippet. And this is the same snippet that you'll see for Google Analytics and so on. Adding Segment through a server side or client side is, of course, a different process, and it's specific to each type of source. Now, in the sources, to understand how they work is, we have to go look at the docs, really, right? So when we look at the JavaScript source, we can see a lot of different functions. Now, the track function is the most popular function, is something you'll see over and over again. So analytics.track, so we can send an event and we can send some properties alongside the event and maybe some other options, right? So every analytics tool like Mixpanel, Amplitude, they have an equivalent to this, and they call it track. So Mixpanel will call it Mixpanel.track, and we'll have a few different variations of it. And it's the same format, an event, properties, and so on. We have identify, of course, which is how we identify anonymous users into users we recognize. And we recognize them by using their email address or maybe an ID from the database. And we have a few other things, right? Analytics.page is the equivalent of a page view. So we can fire this, and we're telling Segment, hey, that was a page view, track it that way. You can imagine this becomes helpful when you look at something like Google Analytics, which expects page views. And then we have a few other more advanced functions here that make sense for the JavaScript library. If you were to minimize this, that's not minimize, and go look at the Android library, we'll see similar things, right? We'll see the analytics.track, we'll see identify, and we'll see a few other things that are specific to the Android library, to the client side, and so on, right? The server libraries will have specific things, but the data that can be sent becomes the same. So the analytics.track from Android and JavaScript gets normalized by Segment, and it gets normalized when it goes out to a destination, which we'll cover in a future video. And here are some of the cloud apps, right? So we're talking, for example, about Facebook ads. We can add a Facebook ad source, and for the apps itself, the way Segment handles it, it just syncs on a regular schedule. and this might be every couple hours and so on. I believe it might differ from app to app. And then it just simply shows us what data comes through, right? So we get campaigns, we'll get ad sets, and we'll get all this data in almost like a table format, and it gets sent to a warehouse, which is the type of destination, which we'll look at. Now, once we have a source, then we have destinations, right? So for every given source, we have different destinations. So we might have a JavaScript source where we want to send data to Mixpanel and Google Analytics in a database, and we might have a server-side source where we only want to send data to Mixpanel and Google Analytics in the database, right? So we get quite a bit of flexibility when it comes time to our sources and where we send the data to.